Welcome to another edition of the Dementia Care Partner Talk Show. Now, here's dementia care expert Teepa Snow and your host, Greg Phelps.
Active for Life provides one-of-a-kind seated dance and fitness programs and products for those living with dementia and their care partners in both group settings or at home. Whether it's AFL's proprietary seated tap class Tap Time or seated ballroom class Seated Rhythm, Active for Life's programs are designed to exercise both brain and body while spreading positivity and joy. For more information, go to activitiesforlifefitness.com. Caregiver burnout. Teepa, I hear this term fairly frequently. Is it just like it sounds?
Well, it's actually a little trickier than that. Burnout can happen in lots of different ways, and it can be hard to pick up on sometimes because you get into a daily routine and you may not realize you're burned out, or other people may not pick up on it because you're more flattened than you are burned and crispy looking. But in some cases, people do flame out. So it can be really variable.
Now, when they say caregiver burnout, I immediately thought of paid care staff, but would this
Mm.
be sort of like somebody else at home? Do they burn out as well?
Oh, yeah. So family members frequently burn out because, especially in the world of dementia, because what starts off as sort of check in, call in, double check, make sure the meds are lined up, make sure whatever's happening, it's sort of a check in thing. And then it starts to be a stop by thing. And then it's a emergency call thing. And then it's a routine daily thing. And then it's, oh, peace. Now we got to do this thing. And now we've got the med issues. We've got the health issues. We've got the legal issues. We've got the financial issues. We've got the eating issues. We've got the meal prep issues. We've got the house management issues. We've got you get it? I mean, I think you get it.
Yeah, I think where I sort of went in the ditch was I sort of thought, okay, well, a paid person is 8 hours.
No.
I hadn't really realized that the
Mm.
family side could be up to 24 hours.
7 days a week. Or it could be I have a job, but I'm trying to work this in around the job that I have because I need the financial stability of a job and I'm trying to fit this in, or I gave up my job to do this. But frequently people give up their job, they don't get paid. I mean, some occasions you can, but the burnout is often because for many people, the emotional toll that it can take, or just the time toll. I'm just burned out because I'm doing the same kind of thing day after day. But there's also the surprises that happen, and it's eating up more and more of my time, energy, attention. And honestly, one of the real things that causes burnout for people is I'm not feeling particularly successful or that I'm making a difference.
Well, if I'm going to make a difference, can I acquire some skills that are going to help with this, or can I build a team? Like what steps should I take? And we'll take it from both sides. We'll start with the professionals first, the people at work,
Yeah.
and then we'll start with the family. So people at work, can one person taking some training from Positive Approach to Care, can you actually make a difference in an institutional
Yeah.
setting?
You can start that, but you got to be super careful because if you're not careful, you get burned out if you're a lone ranger or the lone wolf or the only one who knows how, because you start getting called on and called in to do extra support. And the person who's calling you may or may not be interested in developing your abilities. They just want to use your skills. And so frequently we see people who are really skillful getting burned out because they get tired and it gets tiresome. Because when you call my name and you say, please, could you help her? Then you go away and go do something else. And it's like, well, but all I've done is add to my workload. I haven't figured out how to help you. So the training that somebody who's doing it by themselves may need is coach certification or coach skills. Because I've got to figure out how to get you to stay. So if you said, hey, Deepa, could you come help me? I go, oh, hey, Greg, I would love to. Tell you what, before I do that, though, could you be the person that we're going to help, and I'll work with you to sort of see how it goes. Could you be them, or would you rather me be them and you try it with me? So that idea of learning how to help you stay engaged in the question you ask, rather than simply dump and run. And that's honestly where for people who do become skilled, the greatest risk is you get burned out because you only learn the skill for yourself. You don't know how to help someone else build that skill.
You become the resident expert, the go-to person.
Yeah.
Everybody dumps all their problems in your lap. Oh, I can see that being so much fun.
Yeah, and it's great for, I mean, because you do feel good about being successful, and then it gets to where it's not so much fun. It's exhausting because, it just feels like it's never ending and nobody's learning anything except me. And I learned that I shouldn't have been so, because it gets really to be too much. And that's why if you're going to learn those champion type skills, those skills of interaction, of noticing, of connecting, really trying to also think, well, how and who could I bring with me? Or who can I get to jump on next? Because you don't want to be the only one. Even Lone Ranger had a sidekick who actually frequently was the one who figured things out, and got it all to happen. And I think one way or the other, we've got to get people on our team, or we will wear ourselves out, quite honestly. It's exhausting to do it. That's why I don't work alone.
So that would be the same scenario for somebody who's looking after somebody at home or has their loved one still living on their own. Very similar, different
Yeah,
skills, but sort of
yeah,
same. Yeah.
sort of similar. But one of the challenges I think at home for family is if the person you want to help you out is not doing it, let it go. Go find somebody else. I mean, I guess one of the greatest burnout risks I see in the home, which is a little bit different, is I keep wanting somebody to do what they're not doing to help. And I get burned out because I feel like I'm giving so much and they're not. And it's like, well, we got to figure out how to let go of that one and move to somebody who might be helpful to me and helpful to the person I'm working with, and quit grieving what isn't possible, because that'll burn you out. Because all I do is feel a lot of distress and anger and frustration with my person who's not.
So my little brain was trying to lump the people together, and apparently they're exactly the same but different, as most cases things are. So have you got something that we can offer to both groups? We've got stuff for the professionals. How about the person who's learning at home?
Yeah. So often the person at home is isolated. And so the first thing in reaching out is consider coming to our Care Partner Support Series online, because you'll learn that you aren't the only one out there who's having issues that are maybe similar, very different, but you're part of a community. And so you start to feel like you're not the only person out there. And if you do that, maybe you could find somebody to come with you. And if not, afterward, you may decide, okay, now I need more skills, but I want to have another person get skillful too. So the idea of coming to things that allow me to not be alone, even if it's like on Mondays, we do the Brain Connection Cafe or Bingo with Creativity. Even if you're with your person, but you're now not alone, because you could come and join us in those virtual sessions, and you see other people with their person, and you see me, and you'd see lots of our team, and we have some fun. And it gives you an outlook that may, at least for an hour, give you a chance to be present with other people when you can't figure out how to do that otherwise.
So we talked about paid staff, then we've talked about families. Can somebody find that information on your website, or is there somebody that I can pick up the phone or email or text, or how do I communicate with your group?
Yeah, so yeah, you can find it on our website. We have a lot of things for families. If you come in and say, "Oh, I'm a family member," then you can click and you can find resources, free things that are going on, or things you can sign up for. We also have it for, "Oh, I'm a professional," and you can click and do that. But we also have info@tipasnow.com, and we have we have consults at tipasnow.com. And so both of those email systems will get you through to us, or we have chat. So you can chat, and somebody who's really there will hook into the chat and be able to give you more information. So our chat, although automated, is actually connected to real life people.
Tipa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
The Dementia Care Partners podcast is brought to you by Active for Life. For more information on today's podcast, visit tipasnow.com. If you're signed into your Spotify account, we'd love to get your feedback. How? Click into the episode details and look over the episode question and poll. Send us your comments and vote so we can answer your questions and better tailor this content to your needs. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, I'm Tipa Snow, and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching. And if you liked, if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out. And you might want to visit our website, www.tipasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.